The purpose of this short video is to give you a bit of an idea about how to do a basic search for property information. The university has a license with RPData.com. If you contact the library liaison business person, then you'll be able to get the appropriate login and account details for you to be able to do the searches. RPData is a private provider that purchases the information from government sources and then rebadges it and repackages it for industry. When you open up RPData with your license, please click on Remind Me Later. Do not click on Claim My Name. It causes all sorts of issues. This is your basic opening introduction screen. If you know the address of the property, you can go and put it in over on the left hand side in the quick search, and from that you can either do an ownership or a sales search depending on where you want to click. We'll come back to that shortly. Other search areas are over on the right where you've got, and again we'll go back to these in a little bit more detail later. Let's look at the basic search. When you open up a screen, you'll see that the property comes up. The photos aren't always correct, but there are sale information areas, real property descriptions, and the ownership of the name. I note on this one that the photos, one of the agents has put something in on the wrong property, and so we have incorrect photos and information, but it'll tell you a little bit about the property down for lower and the most recent ownerships or phone numbers and recent sales. You can then do an RPData map or a radius search for showing information on how to RPData map. Click off the aerial layer and you come up with the basic cadastral system. Zooming in for more detail, and here we see it will get the property boundaries and numbers of the streets. You can then change your labels depending on what information you wish to have on the property. They might have sales data or whatever else. And of course you can then print the map using the print screens up here. It'll then give you a print option. Doing a radial search, just collect sales from 1 kilometre of this property. We'll go to the last few months of age, and we're looking for single unit dwellings. If we then submit that, it will prepare a report which will give us 8 sales. The appraisal report sale or appraisal report address are the ones I tend to use because they give you a consolidated report. And here we have the report which shows a little picture of the property and then the relevant details of the property. And you can print that off and take it out with you when you're doing your inspections. You can also search using the ownership search or the sales search, and you can search in this area under name, real property description, by company names, etc. So there are various ways that you can track down who owns a property. You can also do quick reports in this section. Sales statistics is an area that you might be interested in because it tends to give you trends in what's happening in a suburb. It compares the median price of the area together with the volume of sales. So when you go into that area, you can either use the local authority or you can click on a particular suburb. Here we'll pick on Yeppoon. So years are 2004 to 2009. We change it to consecutive quarters for single unit dwellings, and this will now give us a trend in an Excel spreadsheet of what is happening. Once you have your spreadsheet up, you can then use the information to graph it to this graph. When you open it up, you can now see the median price and how it has changed per quarter along with the sales volumes. So you can see how it increased through to the latter part of 2007 in median price before it dropped off, and it's now just starting to recover a little, and that is reflected in the sales volume, peaking at around the same time, dropping off and then starting to increase again. And I hope this gives you a bit of a background on how to do a search.